All right, guys. Design principle 2, alignment. Before we jump right into alignment, remember again, all design terminology and design tools break up the two-dimensional space into 3 rows and 3 columns. Even though those 3 rows and 3 columns are transparent, it's important to know that when we just design across these um, and 3 quadrants. Okay, so alignment. So first of all, when we talk about alignment, we mean the design principle that dictates the way that every element is placed in a design, the concept that advocates organization, and importantly, the design concept where no element is positioned arbitrarily and each element visually connects to other elements, which leads to cohesiveness in design. So when we think about types of alignment, there's left aligned, center aligned, and right aligned. So choosing where you want to put objects in relation to other objects across two-dimensional space affects the ways that viewers can read your text, right? So in addition to center, left, and right justified, there's also justification. So justification works to square off the edges of a chunk of text by leaving kind of arbitrary gaps between the different types of the text. So thinking about alignment in this poster helps us see the ways in which the rhetorical goal of the poster, right? So the theme of this poster is, even though it seems as if solving the sort of entwined problems that are marginalized communities are more likely to be affected negatively by the combined forces of global warming writ large, even though they're least likely to contribute to it. It would seem like the response to that problem would be one of kind. And yet, for 20, 30, 40 years, folks who work in policy, in social work, in justice, and the humanities argue that by centering women's education and access to reproductive freedom will have beneficial effects across a wide range, right? So of social categories. So the benefits are environmental, etc. And so in order to represent that complex idea, this poster has put or aligned, right, the family at the center in relation to this broader cluster of ideas. And one thing that this poster does that maybe the poster in the previous example didn't, right? So this poster kind of asks that you read it in a typical, right? It trains the reader's eye through those different points. Whereas the reader of this poster is invited to enter the poster wherever his or her eye hits first, right? So if I'm drawn to the blue, I can start there, and then because of the key, it brings me back, etc. All right, so quickly, alignment specifically, right, is the ways in which you have left, justified, or aligned text and images, center aligned text and images, and then also right justified text or images. But again, finally, you can see these, even though obviously the grid that this was designed on is transparent, you can see it once it's pointed out. So good model of poster, both in terms of design and content. And if you have any questions, just let me know.